Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the strongest fragrances in my collection, but not only are these fragrances incredibly strong, they give off an obnoxious vibe. In the best way possible, don't get me wrong, I do not mean obnoxious in like an insulting way, because some of these fragrances I do wear myself. I mean that these fragrances are clearly for somebody who wants to be smelled by others. Like, if you buy and wear one of these fragrances in this video, you want people to smell your fragrance. So these are super strong fragrances. They're all like around 12 plus hours of wear, massive projection, and yes, the whole point is that people are going to smell you with these scents. So let's get into the list. I love talking about obnoxious fragrances. So this fragrance is a 2023 release and it is Amouage Guidance. Now I am sure a lot of you guys have heard probably so many of your favorite fragrance reviewers talking about Guidance, because it really was the year of Guidance. It was also the year of another fragrance in this video, but I really feel like Guidance, it had a period like of several months where it completely took over the internet, and that is still continuing right now. People are madly in love with this scent, and I can totally understand why. Now, what Amouage have done with this scent is just really something special. This is definitely going to be a fragrance that you're either going to love or you're going to hate, because it does have something quite acquired about the way that it smells. Now, Guidance is this beautiful creamy pear fragrance with a nuttiness, like a very prominent nuttiness from some hazelnut. And you also feel like this frankincense vibe, but very smooth, like just ever so subtly, but you do feel it there. I remember I watched something and somebody said that it smelled, Sniff with Steph on TikTok, she said it smelled like a woman's, you know, and like, I really agree actually. Like, I totally see what she means by that. Guidance is fantastic. It is a great release. I have mentioned it on my channels, but for me personally, something about it just doesn't work for me. But objectively speaking, it is an incredible fragrance. And the reason that it's in this list is because it is so freaking strong, you guys. Like, this one is going to last on your skin around 12 plus hours with a huge projection. So it's a beast. I actually took it on summer vacation with me this year because I really wanted to get to know the fragrance. I really wanted to fall in love with it like so many others have before me, but I couldn't, guys. Like, I couldn't. And I think one of the reasons is because of how strong it is. Like, it is not subtle at all. It's going to project so much. People are going to be able to smell you. It's a big compliment getter. So yeah, if you want something very strong, almost borderlining like obnoxious, but you love that sort of DNA that I explained, you must check out Guidance because it is fantastic. Next up, we have Matière Première Encens Suave. Now, from Matière Première, actually, the brand in general is quite well known for creating really intense, very strong fragrances. Like, literally, I'm looking at my Matière Premières, every single one is a beast. I don't know what Arabian Gissah has been doing with his brand and his fragrances, but literally, guys, every single Matière Première that I own is a beast. And I would probably say the strongest out of all of them is Encens Suave. Like, you have to be so careful with this scent because it can really quickly become suffocating. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that if you're somebody like me who loves to overspray, Encens Suave is very sweet. Pairing with the fact that it's very strong, it can quickly become a little bit overwhelming. But yeah, it smells to me like it's on fire. I don't even know how to describe what I mean, but it smells like it's burning, like it's hot. It's almost like spicy in a way. It's a lot of incense. You have some coffee. There is a very, very strong sweetness. I think it's vanilla in here, maybe some benzoin as well, but it's just intoxicating, you guys. Like, I really see this fragrance being truly spectacular in the cooler weather. As you guys know, I live in Dubai, so I have to be a little bit careful with my fragrances that they don't suffocate me. But if I lived somewhere cold, I'm sure I would reach for Encens Suave much more, because it has this very intense vibe about it. Like, it's very sweet, it's smoky, it feels like it's burning, but in the best way. It's very, like, just addictive and intense. Like, intense is the word to describe this fragrance. So yes, it's a beast. This one, again, 12+ hours, massive projection, big compliment getter, and it's just a great scent. So Matière Première Encens Suave. And like I said, if you love strong fragrances, I really recommend checking out Matière Première in general. Yeah, Encens Suave, fantastic. Bakarat, Bakarat, Bakarat. You guys knew that this would be here. Obviously, Bakarat is so nuclear and it's so obnoxious. Like, this is the absolute pinnacle of, you want people to smell you when you're wearing Bakarat Rouge, and you want people to know that you're wearing MFK Bakarat Rouge. Like, I really feel like this scent is more of like a status symbol at this point, rather than people buying it because they love it. I really feel like this fragrance now has become like more of a status symbol, and for me that's so sad to think of it like that, but it's kind of true. Bakarat Rouge 540, you guys know it's like that cotton candy sort of sweetness. Not too much though, like it doesn't feel like super synthetic and like childish. It's very luxurious. It has this really airy, playful quality about it. It's super sweet, very woody, a little bit smoky in a way. It's a very beautiful fragrance, but honestly, you guys, I really don't recommend. Well, it depends on where you live. For me, I'm in Dubai, so I smell it all the time, every time I leave the house. So for me, and if you're in a city like New York, London, Dubai, Paris, I would recommend, like a bigger city, I would recommend layering and playing around with your fragrance collection and layering your scents with Bakarat Rouge, because it's a very great fragrance for layering. Like, you can almost layer this scent with absolutely anything. Bakarat Oud for Greatness, Bakarat Vanilla 28, Bakarat Arabian's Tonka Montal, Roses Vanille as well from Mansera. You can layer it with it. You can layer with everything with Bakarat. I find the DNA to be really easy to work with. So I don't know, that's just a pro tip from me to you. If you love it and you don't care at all about smelling unique and stuff, then that's fine, and I totally respect that. But if you're somebody like me who's kind of like, I want to smell unique, like I don't want to smell like every single other person, like, and I'm not ashamed to say that, like I don't want to smell like everyone. So for me, I would never wear this one alone, but layering, I love to layer with Bakarat Rouge. So yeah, obnoxious AF, but definitely worth it. It's a great scent to have in your collection. Herbe Poudre from Xerjoff. Yes, Herbe Poudre is definitely, for me, this is the epitome of an obnoxious fragrance. This and Bakarat Rouge are like the epitome of like an obnoxious scent. Like, you want people to smell you. This is so strong. It lasts such a long time, and it's just, it's Herbe Poudre. Now, do I love it? No, not really. Like, I have spoke about it so many times on my channel, but Herbe Poudre is not my favorite Xerjoff at all. Like, I have 10 other Xerjoff fragrances over here that I would choose over Herbe Poudre. But the compliments with this scent, you guys, are literally insane. Like, people, for some reason, like most people, go crazy over this DNA on me and on other people, because I've heard from a lot of other reviewers and people in the community that Herbe Poudre is also one of their most complimented scents. So it's something about the DNA that people just are attracted to, yet personally, it is not really my favorite at all. Herbe Poudre is this very musky, fruity, woody scent. Very, very, very musky, very fruity, but yeah, in like a very obnoxious and loud way. So if you want people to smell you, compliment you, go crazy over your scent, just wear Herbe Poudre. Like, for me, it lasts around 10 hours on my skin, like 10 hours going really strong. And actually, I wanted to say something. I was watching some videos on TikTok, and there are so many football players in the UK that wear Herbe Poudre. So if you're a guy or you're a girl and you're into football, you should try to watch some like TikTok videos about it, because there is a lot of interviews of the football players in the UK. I don't really know much about football, so I don't know. But I was showing Pierre, because he's like a huge fan, of all of the football players that are wearing Överpudder, and there is so many of them. Like, they take it out of their little like beauty bag and they're like,
yeah, this is like cologne.
Like, I don't know. That was really cringe. Next up, we have a rose oud. Probably the strongest, most obnoxious rose oud in my collection is Oud Bouquet. Now, keep in mind, I have the 2014 formulation or 2012, I forgot. But I have the older formulation of Oud Bouquet. And yes, this is loud and proud and so strong and obnoxious, but in the best way. Like, this is a fragrance that is so strong and obnoxious, but it's just done perfectly. Like, it's so perfect, Oud Bouquet. What you have is still to this day one of the best rose ouds that I have ever tried. It's very sweet and warm and thick, dense. It's praline, vanilla, rose. You have the oud, but it's more in the base of the fragrance. Of course, you have the oud in the base, but it's not like an animalic, like barnyard type of oud. It's more of just like a very woody kind of vibe in the base. The rose is there, the sweetness is there. It is just a 10 out of 10. So strong, so dense and rich and luxurious, and I'm just obsessed with it. Well, like, whenever I want people to smell me, like, I want them to smell me just so much. I want them to remember my scent. I wear Oud Bouquet. Angel Share from Kilian. Yes, this is such a strong, sweet fragrance that is so perfect for the fall and winter coming up. Like, if you do not have Angel Share yet, you need to get it. It's so good, you guys. Angel Share is this beautiful, like, spicy, boozy, woody, caramelized, slightly fruity also as well. It's just so good. Like, for me, this is along the lines of Ojan from Parfum de Marly, Ombre Narguilé from Hermes, but Angel Share is much sweeter, more dense, more sticky, and it's just so good. I don't even know what you have in here, but I think it's cinnamon, you have some woods, you do have a boozy note, it's spice, it's very sweet, it's very woody. Oh my gosh, and it's just incredible, you guys. It's so intoxicating, and yes, so strong. This one is going to last 10 hours plus with a beautiful projection. Not like Bakarat, but it is going to project. Like, people will definitely be able to smell you, and this is a great scent to be remembered by. Like, I really feel like it's a great scent to be remembered by. I would recommend Angel Share for like a date. A date in the fall and winter. Oh my god, especially if you're somewhere cold and you're wearing like a big coat or something and you're going to a lounge or going to a restaurant, wear Angel Share. It's going to, I don't know how to say that. Yeah, it's just a good idea. Okay guys, so next up we have Casamorati Italica. This again is the epitome of a super obnoxious sweet fragrance. Now, Italica has kind of been ranked like an unofficial ranking of being like the best gourmand fragrance ever created. And again, this is one that I'm going to speak objectively about. I totally agree with that. I actually think that Italica is one of the best gourmand fragrances. Gourmand. Italica is one of the best gourmand fragrances ever created, truly speaking, but it is so strong, you guys. Like, whenever I open the cap and it's just over here, I can smell it from over here. I don't need to go like that. It is so, so, so intense, you guys, but in the best way possible. Now, if you don't know how Italica smells, it is a fragrance that is based around the note of almond. And I have never smelled such a great kind of gourmand almond fragrance ever, besides Italica. Like, I feel like a lot of brands do that almond marzipan type of fragrance, but none of them, I swear to you guys, like, from what I have smelled, none of them, all of those marzipan, almondy, heliotrope, whatever, they cannot compete with Italica. It is by far the best like almondy fragrance that I have ever tried. You have a lot of almonds, very kind of bitter almond. You have some saffron. You have a milkiness, like a very creamy lactonic vibe in there. You have some toffee, which brings like a sweetness, but not like this kind of sticky caramelized sweetness. This fragrance lasts on my skin around 12 hours plus with a huge projection. But you have to be careful with this one because like I said, it is a nuclear fragrance. Like this is one that if you wear it, if you wear a little too much of it, you're gonna puke. Like that's how intense and strong it is. And it's also the type of fragrance that you smell on yourself. Like you can smell it while you're wearing it. A lot of fragrances, for instance, Bakarat Rouge, you wear it, but you can't really smell yourself. Italica is a sort of scent, like you wear it, you smell it. You can smell it everywhere around you. So it's a great fragrance. Objectively speaking, it's one of the best gourmands ever created. And if you love very, very, very sweet scents, you're gonna love this one. So next up we have Oud Maracuja from Maison Celli. I love this fragrance. I really think that Maison Celli did a fantastic job with Oud Maracuja. I also recently got Oud Stallion and I am loving that fragrance. Like for some reason, I was expecting it to be much more animalic than what it is. Like it's not animalic at all and it's beautiful. But in terms of strength and power, I have to say Oud Maracuja takes the cake. This is so potent, you guys, like so potent. I could also have included maybe Hibiscus Mahajar in this video, but I think in terms of strength, Oud Maracuja is the strongest from the extrays from Maison Celli. Now, yeah, this one, oh my gosh, you guys, what you have in Oud Maracuja is passion fruits and oud. And I think some saffron as well. I don't know the other notes, I don't care. What I personally get is this very dry, smoky oud with a lot of passion fruit. I almost as well get, not something soapy, but like, I don't know how to explain it, but this is taking something like Ombre Nomade from Louis Vuitton and adding like a fruity density to it. Like there is definitely a very obvious kind of fruity, musky, like passion fruit vibe in this fragrance. So think of Ombre Nomade from Louis Vuitton with passion fruit. That's what you're gonna get with Oud Maracuja from Maison Celli. Super strong, lasts around 10 hours on the skin, massive projection, big compliment getter, leaves a beautiful trail behind you. So if you like fragrances like Ombre Nomade, I would say you need to try Oud Maracuja. Like you need to try it. If that sort of fragrance is like, that DNA is up your alley, you must try Oud Maracuja. You're going to fall in love with it. This is the other fragrance that I was talking about alongside Guidance that had the biggest year of its life. This fragrance, I have never seen something like that for a very long time. This is Bianco Latte from Giardini di Toscana. Why did this fragrance become so successful? I was trying to figure it out myself. I was like, I'm so curious, like how, I feel like I was trying to do the math. I was like, how did this fragrance become so famous and so popular? Like, I don't understand. Because for me, this is not a DNA that has not been done before. This is not a groundbreaking DNA at all. Now, there is a few different reasons to why this fragrance became so famous. We cannot deny it. This is a beast mode vanilla fragrance. This is a beast mode vanilla. And I cannot believe that there are not more beast mode vanillas on the market today, because like I really think that that is something that is a part of the success of Bianco Latte. It's this very fluffy, creamy, milky vanilla scent. Not super unique, it has been done before, but it is a beast. It is so strong. It lasts on your skin 10 plus hours with a huge, enormous projection. You guys, I'm gonna try to insert the clip, but I went to get laser hair removal the other day because I go every 4 months or so. And I was wearing Bianco Latte and I actually mixed it with a little bit of the new Soradora called Gianni. I felt like wearing a gourmand this day. I was like, I feel like smelling sweet, which usually doesn't happen for me. I'm not the biggest gourmand girl anymore. But I was like, today I want to smell edible. I want to be super gourmand. I mostly sprayed Bianco Latte. And I walked into the clinic and the ladies, the receptionists, they lost their minds over my fragrance. They lost their goddamn minds. I'm not joking to you guys, like it was crazy. There was 3 people in the reception room. There was the 2 receptionists and then there was another lady. And I went to sit down and one of the ladies comes and approaches me from behind the desk and says, Demi, we have to ask you, what on earth is your fragrance? It smells so good. What is it? And I asked them to like ask me again so I could film it, but I realized that it didn't look very genuine, but they literally went crazy. All of them went crazy, and I wrote it down on a piece of paper for them that it was this. The reactions, the strength, the power behind this scent, it's really caused a big hype online. Is it worth it? I personally do think it's worth it. It's a great vanilla fragrance and it's so strong. That is the best thing about the scent, is that it's not a fleeting vanilla scent. It's not on your skin and then 4 hours later it's gone. It is stuck to your skin, to your clothes, to everything. It projects so much. It's just fantastic. It's a simple vanilla, creamy, milky, kind of musky vanilla, beautiful. But I think the thing that really makes this fragrance is because of that strength, longevity, projection, everything. So that was a massive rant, but Bianco Latte, yeah, it's strong. Another viral fragrance that you guys have probably never heard of, because this is viral in the Middle East. This is a viral fragrance in the Middle East only. Now, if you live in the US or if you're somewhere in Europe, this is gonna be much harder to come by. And I'm sorry for speaking about it, but guys, this scent, I'm telling you, like, this is not a joke. This, not Yara from Latafa is amazing. It's really good. I really want a bottle. I'm gonna wear it. I love it so much. That is viral amongst people in the US, people in Europe, etc. This is viral with the people that live here. This is viral within the local community in the Middle East. This is Gissah, Imperial Valley. Now, the way that you spell it, Mia would pronounce it Gissah, but apparently it's pronounced Gissah. This is Imperial Valley. You guys, I have never seen something pop off as much as this fragrance as well this year. And it is so obnoxiously strong. Like, a lot of people find this fragrance so strong to the point where they feel sick and cannot wear it. So let me just say that again. Some people, like some locals, find this fragrance to be too strong. Myself, I can wear it. Now, when I saw this fragrance go viral and everything, it was mostly amongst women. So I kind of thought that this fragrance would be super feminine. And let me tell you guys, it is not at all. So I would say do not blind buy this scent if you're a woman, because in my opinion, this is a little bit more masculine leaning than anything. It is this very interesting, airy, a little bit like Bakarat Rouge. Not the scent, but like it has that airy quality where it feels quite light, but it's so strong, you guys. What you have is this leathery, musky, almost like fruity citrus with a woodiness, a sweetness. Now, I want to tell you guys something because I feel like it was a perfect comparison. This friend of mine from the industry told me that Imperial Valley is kind of a mix of Herba Pura, Baccarat Rouge 540, and Creed Aventus. And I was like, yeah, I see it. I totally see that. This fragrance, Imperial Valley, kind of has a little bit of that airy sweetness that Baccarat has. It has a little bit of that fruity musk that Herba Pura has, and it has a bit of that birch, smoky leatheriness that Aventus has. It has a lot of elements, yet it smells like its own fragrance. Does that make any sense at all? It's airy, it's leather, it's very sexy. It's almost masculine in a way, but in a very attractive way. Like, a woman could definitely wear this, and I have personally been wearing this fragrance non-stop since I got it. And I don't know, I'm just obsessed with it, you guys. I'm obsessed with it. You guys, it was so crazy. I made a TikTok video about this scent, Imperial Valley, and that TikTok has like 1.3 million views. So that's just showing you guys how viral this scent is within the Middle East, because all of my viewers on that video are from Kuwait, which this is a Kuwaiti brand, Saudi, they're from UAE, they're from Qatar. Like, all the people that watch the video are from the region because it's viral here. It's not viral anywhere else, and that is what is super cool about it. Like, if you have this fragrance and you're in the US or in Europe, you're very unique. This fragrance is going to leave the longest trail behind you. Like, you're gonna walk and the fragrance is gonna be trailing for about 2 minutes. Like somebody will be able to smell you for 2 minutes. Another one that is so obnoxiously strong, personally, this is one from this list that I cannot wear anymore. This is Oud for Greatness from Initio. Yeah, I really struggle to wear this scent, and I think I spoke about it on a video, but this was a long time ago now. But I went out, I drank a lot, I got extremely drunk, and my hangover the next day was so like extreme, and I wore Oud for Greatness that night that I was drinking, and when I woke up I just felt so vile and putrid, and all I could smell was Oud for Greatness, and it just made me feel so ill. I don't drink anymore, thank God, but I do remember that was a very, very rough hangover, and I was wearing this scent, and I cannot wear it anymore. Oud for Greatness is a smoky oud fragrance with a lot of saffron, nutmeg. It has this like mysterious smoky vibe, a little bit of a sweetness, very woody. The oud in here doesn't feel like realistic oud. It feels more just like woody and like a bit smoky. It doesn't smell like oud, but it's an amazing fragrance. Like very, very, very nice scent. Smoky, woody, a bit nutty. It's smooth, it's a bit sweet. Fantastic fragrance, very obnoxious. Like really, this one is going to last on your skin 12 hours plus, huge projection, just everything. It's all there in this fragrance. Like, yeah, it's great. Oud for Greatness from Initio, very strong, very obnoxious, really good fragrance for the fall and winter. Finally, we have Arabian's Tonka from Montal. This as well, so obnoxious. A lot of the Montal Mancera fragrances are quite obnoxious and quite strong, especially Montal. I feel like their fragrances are so strong, but I would say the one that's like really obnoxious, like it's the sort of fragrance that you buy because you want people to smell you, and that is Arabian's Tonka. I remember recently, because Pierre and I have been looking at apartments to move, and we actually found one, so I'm so excited. I cannot wait to move. But one of the guys that was showing us some apartments like in Dubai, I was like, what is this guy wearing? It's bothering me so much because it was so strong in my face, and it was a really hot day, and I was feeling like so sick from his fragrance. Like I was like, it's sweet, it smells good, but it's not appropriate right now because it's super hot, I'm humid, like I just, and it was everywhere. His fragrance was everywhere. And then it clicked, and I was like, oh, of course, he was wearing Arabian's Tonka 1,000,000%, because I know the way that this smells, and it's a fantastic scent. But sometimes like it can be super obnoxious and overwhelming and loud and everything. And in this situation, because it was a really hot day, and for some reason, like I was really bothered by the heat this day, his fragrance was just annoying me so much, and it was Arabian's Tonka. This is a very intense, sweet fragrance with a woodiness. You do have some oud in there, but it doesn't smell like oud once again. This is a sugary tonka bean with some amberiness, a vanilla, and this kind of prominent woodiness, a slight smokiness. It's so good, you guys, like fan-freaking-tastic, but once again, it's obnoxious. Like this is an obnoxious scent, but in the best way possible. I feel like this in the cold weather mixed with something like Bakarat Rouge, you could layer it with, you could even layer it with Encens Suave, you could layer it with Angel Share. I feel like it would smell. Oud for Greatness as well. I think that would be an amazing combo. But yeah, amazing fragrance, super longevity, projection, the whole thing. Just, yeah, very obnoxious. That is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this list of super strong, obnoxious fragrances. I feel like I spoke too much, but yeah, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.